Healthcare stocks are under pressure this morning after plummeting last week on news of a major industry shakeup by Blue Shield of California. The health plan company, which services almost 5 million Californians, announced it will be making changes to its pharmacy benefit managers. PBMs negotiated drug spending for insurers and play a major role in determining access to and the cost of drugs. California Blue Shield will give portions to industry disruptors like Amazon Pharmacy and Mark Cuban's Cost Plus drugs. The move is expected to save Blue Shield of California $500 million annually, CEO Paul Markovich told Yahoo Finance. Now, Anjalee Khemlani spoke with the executive and has more on this story. Hey, Anjalee.
Hey, Rochelle, that's right. So, of course, what we saw last week was what some called a shakeup in PBM land with the California Blue Shield deciding that it would split the responsibility of a PBM between 5 vendors. That includes Amazon Pharmacy as well as Mark Cuban's Cost Plus. That is a reduction for CVS, which took the biggest hit. But CVS is still kept on board for the drug specialty process. Now, when I spoke to Paul, he told me that this was actually a pre-COVID plan. It's been 2 years in the making. They did an elongated RFP process, and he's pretty confident they're going to reach that $500 million in savings. But some experts pointed out to me that there could be a negotiation process if, for example, CVS is upset with what it is being delegated. But they do seem to say that that's unlikely. And the goal really here is just to take cost out of the system. This comes after frustrations over some drugs that the prices were not lowered for, according to the reports. So when I spoke to Paul, he told me, quote, "We're creating a different mousetrap here. We've done the math." And that is on the heels of criticism that they may not actually reach that $500 million, that if there were, in fact, $500 million in savings, other players would likely have done that before. To that point, there have been other attempts at unbundling, which is what this is called. And what's interesting to note is that Paul's not married to the idea of these disruptors. I think that's what caused most of the shock last week with Amazon and Cost Plus drugs being chosen to do that. You know, they both launched during the pandemic and have really grown as a result. So those players could change over time. It could not be Amazon Pharmacy in the future, but anyone else that comes across. Abarca is one of those that really not a well-known player, but handling the PBM for Medicaid in Puerto Rico. It's a Puerto Rico-based company. And so it's really interesting to see how that mix of players came to be in this first round. So while unbundling does seem to be the long-term strategy, according to Paul, the players who are in that queue could change. So that'll be interesting to watch as this unfolds in the next couple of years.
We'll certainly watch this space. For now, investors not sure what to make of it, but fascinating to watch. Anjalee Khemlani, appreciate that update.